Lena, it is so great to finally talk with you in an interview setting and not just like us hanging out.
No, it's so weird that it's taken this long to happen, but maybe it was the evolution and it was the way it was supposed to happen, you know?
For those of you who don't know, Lena not only has like number one hits, but she's also written K-pop, some of the biggest songs in EDM ever. So I want to talk a little bit more about the hustle because even me, like if I'm doing an interview, I'm like, the hustle is definitely something that is real. And I feel like
Yes.
people, especially females, don't talk about it enough.
I graduated college in 2009 and the recession had just hit. So I got a job. I was a front desk girl at a jingle house for about a year and a half. But they quickly figured out while I was sitting at the desk that I could sing. So the composers would have me come in. I would make the intern sit at the front desk and I would run in and sing on commercials. And I actually landed a few of them. And I realized like, oh, that's so much fun. It actually taught me a lot about writing songs as well, because jingles have a quick turnaround. Sometimes they need songs in like 6 hours. So I worked at that job for about a year and a half. And the best thing that ever happened to me was I was let go from that job. So I left that job and decided I was never getting a full-time job ever again, but I was going to figure it out. And years and years and years of fighting and not a lot to show for it, but a lot of my friends were starting to write for DJs. So I was like, oh, interesting. They actually liked the song and they put it out and there's no BS. Like it's just straightforward. So I saw a DJ one day. He wrote on Facebook basically looking for vocalists who can record themselves. And I said, hi, I can do that. We ended up writing something to it. He liked it. And he was like, this doesn't work for my project, but I'm starting a new project and nobody's going to know who it is. It's going to be completely anonymous. So he puts out the first song, goes viral on Spotify and on SoundCloud, puts out the second song, goes viral on Spotify and SoundCloud. And before I knew it, I'm 29 and I'm doing the label rounds. And I'm like, what is happening? This should not be happening because everyone's told me when I turn 30, that's where females go to die in the music industry. I ended up signing to Sony Germany, and it was a really cool period of my life. I got to go overseas and do radio and the whole thing, but it was really hard because I couldn't really tell anyone I was a part of it. As fate would have it, Tiesto came along, and I wrote my Hail Mary song over that track called Halfway There. And it's so funny because if you listen to the lyrics, like it's literally the song I needed to hear at the time because I had nothing. And I was like, I just need something. I need a win for me right now. And he put it out and everything changed. The EDM career just kind of skyrocketed from there. And it's so nice to get out of that situation and find happiness again.
Wait, so how did we get into K-pop then? Like writing for K-pop?
I'd written the song called Tornado and my team at the time was knew a song plugger in Asia and was like, I think this song would be great for K-pop. And I was like, that's awesome. So cool. To get your song back in another language is the coolest experience in the world. My first cut ever, believe it or not. It was a group called 410 and it was called Tornado. And that kind of got me into K-pop. But I'm so happy that like it's such a collaborative genre that I get to be a part of these records. It's the coolest thing in the world.
You've written for NCT and you've written for BoA, you've written for so many different people, like we said, like Tiesto and everything in between. So does your writing style change depending on the record or who you know it's for, or you just kind of write the record and we hope for the best?
It's kind of all of that all at once. Like sometimes we'll get a like Tiesto's looking for this specific kind of thing, like he wants this kind of song and this BPM and, this style, I guess. And then we'll try to aim it as best as we can. And sometimes we'll just get a track and it's like, just write something, figure it out. And it's like, okay. So it's different every day, which is really exciting, but it's also like kind of scary because you're like, are we nailing this? I have no idea.
So now that you've had a number one hit, do you feel more pressure when you're writing or when you're, ready to put out your own music?
I had to learn how to be like, okay, artist hat, songwriter hat. So when I'm in the room, I have removed myself as the artist completely. So I don't get like too attached to anything. And I'm just like, just write a good song.
I want to talk about your most memorable moment working in K-pop and also working in EDM.
I think for K-pop, NCT DoJaeJung was by far the like most memorable moment. And like, I just love how involved they were in making the record and like they really knew their sound and it was such a cool experience working with them and with the label and I've been fans of them forever, and to start a new subgroup, like what a cool feeling to be a part of that. And for dance, releasing my own solo record and having it do something, you know, after so many years of writing for other people, like hands down the best moment. Like really, really cool.
If there is a K-pop group that you really want to work with, who would it be?
Blackpink in a heartbeat.
I don't even know what I would do.
I love
You're-
them so much. I'm a huge fan.
I got the energy, first of all, would be absolutely insane. If there's any advice
Yes.
you have for up and coming singer songwriters, producers, artists in the industry, what would it be?
Are going to write about 100, 200 really bad songs. It's gonna happen. Just let it happen. Get the bad songs out of your system and like don't get defeated by it. Just get them out of your system. And then just know that everything does come with time. I've always believed that I'm going to work with the people I want to work with when I'm meant to work with them and they want to actually work with me, when my talent is at a caliber that matches theirs.
Lena, so what is up next for you? What is going on the rest of the summer and throughout the rest of the year?
So working on more stuff for myself. There's more fun songs coming with friends of mine that you might have heard of that I've written with them. So that'll be great. And still doing the vocal production thing for other artists and trying to help elevate other female artists. That's the plan.
Can everyone follow you on socials?
At It's Lena Leon on pretty much everything, all the things.
And you can go to my social media at Raquel Goldie and you can find her from me or vice versa. So be sure to follow each of us. And if you guys ever have questions about working in music or just anything like that, be sure to DM us. We are always on our socials. Lena, it was so good talking to you. You're the absolute best. And I can't wait to see you soon IRL again.
Thanks, Queen. Love you.
All right. I love you.